Long ago, there lived a nobleman named Reginald Van Nicholas. Reginald was a kind and gentle man. He had such a love of books, no matter the genre, and had a wondrously vast collection. Reginald also had a lovely wife named Clara, who shared his love of stories. They both had such a fondness for reading and learning that when they desired to have a child, they wanted to make sure that they would grow up with an educated mind and a heart filled with love and warmth. If they had a girl, she would be named Alice. If they had a boy, he would be named Eric. However, it was not meant to be. Try as they might, Clara was never able to carry a child to term. The last attempt ended up taking her life. With her last breath, she pleaded to her husband, "Give them your warmth, give them your love," and then she passed. Though filled with grief over the death of his wife, Reginald decided to honor Clara's final wish. Now without a wife or child to give his love to, he would give his love to everyone. He used his riches to build a massive library in the city and placed his vast collection of books within it, making it available for all and asking for nothing in return. The library was a massive success, and everyone from everywhere would visit to peruse its halls. Every day, Reginald would open the doors of his library with a hearty "Salutations," a greeting filled with love and warmth. Every day, he would personally assist those who were having trouble looking for certain books, and make sure that his library ran smoothly. What Reginald truly loved to do was having all the city's children in his library, no matter their class, and he would read them all his favorite stories, the stories that he wished to read to his child that never got to live. Many years passed, and the library continued to grow. People from all over donated their own writings to the library, and it expanded more and more. The children that came for story time eventually grew up and had children of their own, who also came for story time with the aging Reginald. Eventually, Reginald passed on as well, with his dying wish that his library would continue to be a sanctuary for those who had a love of books and wanted to learn new things. He was buried next to his wife so that they could spend eternity together. The people of the city took great care in making sure the library was maintained, but without the love and warmth of Reginald around, the library eventually was forgotten about and left to age, and the name of Van Nicholas faded into obscurity. Many more years passed. Until one day, the people of the city awoke one morning, and before they could get started with their day, they were shocked to find that literally overnight, the library and all of the books inside were completely restored, good as new. No one had any idea of what happened to the library and how the miracle happened, but before their very eyes, the doors opened up. Standing in the doorway was a tall man of blonde hair and green eyes, and in a librarian uniform. He smiled at everyone who stood before him, and with love and warmth in his voice, he greeted heartily, "Salutations, everyone! I'm Eric Van Nicholas. Would you all care to read a story together?" Welcome, one and all, to my official debut. As I've just said, I am Eric Van Nicholas, and this is my personal little library. I am so delighted to meet every single one of you here, and it looks like we have quite a lot of people joining my debut. Let me see here. Crimson, yes, this is a perfect time to join. Zarakea, I am sorry to make you cry. It was not my intention. Paladin Archives. Oh, I'm glad that you found my story so lovely. I worked on it for quite a while, and I wanted to make sure that everything was as it should be. Now then, without further ado, I do believe I have a presentation to give you all. Yes, and hello, Miss Zara Kaya. I do apologize if I mispronounce any names. Oh my, Celis Albright CH, thank you so much for the donation. It was, oh my. I will happily admit I was not expecting that at all. So, with that being said, thank you so much. Now then, without further ado, I do believe that it is time to begin my official presentation. Now then, if you will just excuse me for just a moment, I will get this started. Ah, yes, there we are. Now, I'm going to move myself over here for just a moment, because all of the information that I have to present to you all is going to be on that side. Oh, RTP aka BRADG412, thank you so much for the follow. Actually, we have quite a few followers here. Oh, and Kosho Tokage, thank you so much for joining, and for the follow as well. Oh, you are all You have made me quite delighted to do this today. Anywho, so, as I said before, my name is Eric Van Nicholas. I am the spirit of this library. There are many sources as to how I exactly came into existence. Some people may say that I am the aged spirit of the old noblemen when they lost their child. Some might also say that I am the spirit of the library itself, that I am the library. Some people may say that I'm just a ghost of someone who just really loved books. Maybe I'm all of those things. Or maybe I'm something else entirely. Who's to say, really? Next up, yes, my profession is as librarian. I like to organize and make sure that all of my stories are easily accessible for one and all to join and to read, and also just to interact. I don't just have libraries in. I do apologize. I'm so delighted to have all of you here. I don't just have stories in my library. I also have many games as well. Again, I wish to have a thing for everyone in my library. Now, as it says here, I may appear to be in my mid-30s. Now, again, it's not exactly confirmed what I am exactly, but this is really just the form that I wish to take. Or maybe I've always looked like this. Truly a filled library, incredible. Yes, Celis Albright, I do indeed wish for it to be filled, and I wanted to have something for everyone. By the way, I do apologize if you talk in the chat and I don't... Oh my... $10! Oh, Devian, thank you so much. It is entirely unnecessary, but no less appreciated. I would just like to say that if you post something in the chat and I do not respond, I am terribly sorry. I do promise to try to get to as many of you as I possibly can. Now, that being said, I do have my limits, so if I don't respond to you, please do not think that that is something that I hold against you, or if I have any kind of animosity to you. I can only get to so many people at once. Now, with that being said, let us continue. So, as I said, I may appear to be in my mid-30s. My birthday? Well, I don't really have a birthday. As I recall, I think I came into existence on May the 15th in the glorious library that the city houses. But that being said, though, I never really had a birthday. Height is 5'7". I wanted to make myself seem as human as possible. Link's Rules, thank you so much for the new follow. These fancy words are hurting my brain. Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. When you live around books, you pick up a few things, but still, I am quite sorry if I caused you any discomfort. Gender, I appear male. I mean, my pronouns are he, him. Now, that being said, though, as I said, I am a spirit of the library. So, while I may look male, doesn't necessarily mean that I am. To be quite honest, sometimes I don't know what I am. I just... a humble librarian. Now that being said, though, one thing that is definitely confirmed for me is that I do all of my story time and my games in English. So I'm an English VTuber, so I do apologize if there are anyone who wishes to watch my streams but they don't understand what I'm saying. For that, I do apologize. Now, next up. My rules. Also, where did my mouse go? Oh dear. Oh, there it is. Oh dear. Okay, time to speak Swedish. Tien Pro. Yes, speak all the different languages that you desire. All are welcome here. Now that being said though, my library does have some certain rules. For example, I have 3 main rules right here. The library is neutral ground. Conflict of any kind will not be tolerated. So, if you are trying to seek animosity against me or anyone else who is just in my library wanting to have an enjoyable, peaceful time, I will expel you from the library. That you have my word. The next rule, keep the library peaceful. There shall be no talks of politics or bigotry in here. I do believe that one is pretty self-explanatory. If there are any conversations that have to do with anything that is not happening in the stream, or you're just trying to bring real-world issues into the Twitch chat, that is something that I am not going to tolerate as well. Yes, Lack the Watcher 100, it is holy ground. You cannot fight here. Highlander? Didn't see that. Wait, was that a quote from Highlander? It's been quite a long time since I've seen that movie. Now then, but if you try, there's a whole elf who has armies waiting the second you leave. Oh dear. Oh, that's right, Sarakea. I would like to give a special shout out to Sarakea, who has been most welcoming when I joined the community as a VTuber. She has helped me feel welcome and for helping me out make sure that I have a lot of things in order. And she also helps me protect the library as well. Ah, yes. Now, the third rule. Let us enjoy the library in peace. There shall be no screaming of outside services. Devion, holy ground, F me. I'm exiled from heaven, so I should probably not be here. Oh, no. You do not have to worry about that, Devion. The library is holy ground, but it is a holiness that I control, no one else. So, if you come here seeking sanctuary, then I personally promise you that you will be welcome here. Library is my second home, canon, and I want it to be a second home for all of you. Now then, let us continue. Now then, my likes. Oh dear, where did my mouse go? I may have to move things around a moment. Oh, that works out splendidly. All right. So, some of my likes, I am a avid lover of any kind of fantasy or adventure, be it books or video games or movies, swashbuckling tales of gorgeous locales and daring do protagonists with some romance in there. I love it all, especially if it's in a fantasy setting. Like, I'm a great lover of anything that has elves, dragons, dwarves, stuff like that. I honestly cannot get enough of it. Now, next thing I like are JRPGs. Now, I am a avid lover of games that are like the Final Fantasy series, the Tales of series. Crimson. I actually just started reading The Hobbit. I haven't read a book in a very long time, so this is very fortuitous to end up in a library again. Oh, yes, The Hobbit. The Hobbit is one of my favorite tales, and it is actually written by one of my favorite authors, J.R.R. Tolkien. So the fact that you're reading one of his stories makes me very happy indeed. Yes, I love Tales and Dragon Quest. I am a very new player of the Dragon Quest games. I have Dragon Quest 11, and I'm currently playing through it right now, though at this time, I'm actually playing through a game called Dragon Age Origins. I'm replaying the entire trilogy, because I feel like I missed so much the last time I played. Anywho, Ooh, welcome to the Dragon Quest world. Hope you enjoy your time with it. I most certainly am, Callus Albright. Now then, the next thing I like, I am a lover of anime. And I think that is kind of a wide... anime has quite the wide fan base, but yes, I am indeed a part of it. Don't really know what else don't really know what else to say about that all that much. I mean, anime is anime. Now, what I do love is TTRPGs. I am an avid player of Dungeons and Dragons. I am both a player and a dungeon master myself. I actually am the DM of 2 campaigns right now. One is my original homebrew campaign that's based off of the Monster Hunter franchise called Song of the Wilds. And then the other game that I DM is a homebrew... Well, it's not exactly a homebrew. I basically took one of my favorite games and I decided to convert it into a TTRPG format. In this case, by show of hands, how many of you are fans of the Metroid franchise? This TTRPG I basically converted is based off of specifically Metroid Prime. Mostly because I just really love Metroid. Yes, love D&D. And yes, Kyoti Strife, you did hear Tales correctly. I am an avid Tales of franchise player. And, oh dear. Oh dear, I am terribly sorry for that. And I'm sorry for how loud that was. That sounds interesting. I regrettably haven't played a ton of Metroid. I'm in. What are we doing? Bless you. Gentle Fox Friend. Which game? Goodness me. Yes, I do apologize for the very loud sneeze. Yes, I do apologize. Yes, we are in a library. But it is a library that I am the leader of, so if I say we don't need inside voices, we most definitely do not need inside voices for that. Oops, damn bro, that sneeze was louder than my dad. Yes, Kyoti Strife, to answer your question, my TTRPG is based specifically off of Metroid Prime. I basically took out Samus Aran, and my players are just a ragtag bunch of space mercenaries, but they're on the planet Talon 4, and they're kind of doing their own thing. Let's see. Oh, Hemington! It's glad to have you here. Grey Cloud, thank you so much for the follow! Now then, let us not dilly-dally anymore. Now then, next thing I like is role-playing. Now, I am an avid role player, mostly text-based. I mostly do it on Discord, but I am happy to do it anywhere, Twitter or Discord. I'm actually in the process of creating my own Discord server. It is still under construction right now. Oh my, all these follows, thank you so much. As I said, the server is still under construction right now, but when I am finished with it, I plan to send out an open invite to anyone and everyone. I'll definitely join the server when it goes up. Thank you so much, Callus Albright. Aw, Sarah, thank you so much for the kind words. I certainly do try. I personally have been role-playing for quite a few many years, and I'm only just now starting to like I said, make my own server so that it can be a safe space for everyone to roleplay there as well. And I'm also in a bunch of other roleplay servers. I'm not going to go into details about those. I haven't RP'd proper in ages. I should get into it again. I'll join if I remember to, lol. Aw. You speak Tales, I follow. I needed more Tales homies. I love each and every single one of you, and I'm happy that you're all having an amazing time for my debut here. Seriously, you are all making this very, very worth it. Anywho, the final thing on my likes list is ASMR. Now, I am a great fan of ASMR. I love listening to it, and it is something that really helps me keep my mental well-being at a very healthy place. That is actually something that I will get into in a little bit during this stream here. Now, that being said, though, I would just like to remind you all that while I do have a presentation that I'm giving to you all, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask them in the chat, and I will do my best to get to them. I love ASMR. It's so relaxing. ASMR? All right, I respect that. Same. So if you do ASMR, let me know, because I'll always watch. I am considering it. I feel like I haven't really trained myself all that well to do ASMR. That, and, well, again, ASMR is a relatively new interest of mine. Crinkly sounds are my jam. Oh yes, let me just hold a bag of potato chips right in front of the mic and let me just crinkle it right there. Anywho, let us continue. Yo, the story alone is perfect ASMR. Your voice and more is perfect. Oh, Sarah, thank you so much for the kind words. Anywho, moving on. Dislikes. No, God, don't do that. Are you talking about the potato chip bag, Devion? Anywho, some dislikes that I have. I have zero tolerance for anyone who practices willful ignorance. So if you have a belief in something, and now, yes, I am talking about that. Okay, not a problem. I promise to not do crinkly potato chip bag ASMR when you are around. For that, I can assure you. Anywho, things that I don't like are people that practice willful ignorance. Now, when I say that, I mean, now, everyone is entitled to an opinion of something. And while people may not share the same opinion, you definitely have the right to have one, and I will fight for you to have the right to an opinion. Now, that being said, though, if it is a very harmful opinion, and as well as a very incorrect one where there is, like, actual proven fact to the opposite, but you choose to willfully ignore it, those kinds of people that I just have zero tolerance for. I do not give them the time of day. Also, what I don't like are people who just wait for the movie. The book is out right now. Read the book. I can guarantee you 99.99% of the time, the book is better. Something that I really don't like, mess and clutter. Like, if you have mess, just clean it up. You know where it goes. Especially in my library. I cannot stand things that are not in their place. You gonna buy me the book, lol, JK. Well, it depends on what book you want. Besides, all the books in my library are free for you all to peruse anyway. Next thing I don't like, lentils. It's my least favorite food of all time. It has no right to exist. Other thing I don't like is bending a page's corners as a bookmark. Use a bookmark. Do not harm the book. There is literally no reason for that. And lastly, not being able to speak. If I'm active in a conversation and I'm trying to get a word in and I'm waiting patiently, but the moment I try to speak when there is a clear opportunity, but apparently I'm now suddenly labeled as an interrupter, not gonna lie, I had to bend a page corner the other day, but in my defense, I didn't have a bookmark at the time. Oh, well, if you don't have one in the meantime, that is forgivable. But people who just do it willy-nilly when they have proper things that can be used as bookmarks, just use a bookmark. I feel your hate, sir. They need to have a talk. Yes. Anywho, I apologize for getting into negativity here, but I assure you this is the only slide that has anything remotely close to negativity. Now then, moving on. Hobbies. Sarah bends the book pages. I keep thinking I don't have bookmarks, so now I have like 50, so if anyone needs one, I got them. Yeah, bookmarks exist, if only I had them around when I need them. Now, again, I would just like to stress that if you bend a book's pages out of necessity and you do not have a bookmark available, that is all right. But if you have bookmarks available and you still do it, that annoys me personally. Like, just use the bookmark. It literally costs no energy. Anyway, hobbies. As you may have guessed, being a librarian, one of my favorite hobbies is reading. So, what's a bookmark? Alanarga. So I assume you're not a fan of the person who uses sliced cheese as a bookmark. People actually do that? People actually do that? I'm fine. All right, take deep breaths. Deep breaths. Oh dear. You cursed being, you. Sliced cheese wood. That just sounds like a waste of cheese and book. Please tell me you at least get a new slice of cheese when it starts to mold. Librarian shared some horror stories, and that was one of them. I'm dead, but also why? I would say I'm dead, but I don't think I'm actually alive at the right now as well. My scroll is screaming at cheese plus book. And I am a soul, so I am screaming. Anywho. Hobbies, reading. Now, I'm sure you got the impression that I love reading. I mean, I am a librarian, but I also have my own collection of books that I personally own. By the way, I would like to refer you all to a website that is something that has become quite an addiction of mine called BookBub. Basically, what you do is you create an account. It is completely free. There is no subscription. You sign up on BookBub. Can't remember if it's .com or .org, but I'm sure if you Google it, you'll be able to find it quite easily. Sign up for BookBub. You then tick mark your favorite genres, and then once a day, every day, it will send you an email. Oh, Crimson, thank you so much for posting the link. Put in your favorite genres, and then once a day, every day, it will send you a personalized email of books that have currently gone on sale on Amazon at discounted prices that fit those genres. I currently own over 330 books on my personal Kindle alone, and I'm still going through them right now. Gentle, my name stands for Devious Angel, so there's a little explanation for you. Oh, thank you so much for the explanation. And yes, it is neat, Crimson. One of my other favorite things that I love to do is writing. Now, I'm not going to divulge any more details than I absolutely have to, but both a character for Eric Van Nicholas, but also myself in the real world, I am actually working to become a published fantasy author. I'm currently working on a series that is going to be a multi-book story. And with that, I am actually going to leave it at that. If you wish to know more about the story, you can direct message me on Twitter, and I'd be happy to geek out about it with you. Sup, are you exiled from heaven yet? Ooh, good luck with that. I'm also writing something. I'm the guardian of darkness chaos, so I guess I should be more chaotic myself. Oh dear. Same, but also I am excited. Thank you so much, everyone. As I said, hobbies, role-playing as well. I certainly do love it. I am both an avid practicer of both group and one-on-one role-plays. And again, I'm flexible with location, be it Twitter, Discord, or anywhere else. Next hobby of mine, Dungeons & Dragons. As I said, I am both a player and a dungeon master myself, so we should not interact too much. Oh dear. And lastly, he's Eric Van Nicholas on Twitter if anyone wants to know. Yes, Sarah, you actually hit on something. That I should mention. In every website that I'm a part of, not just Twitch and Twitter, but also Discord and possibly other places in the future, my username is going to be the exact same everywhere. So if you see an Eric Van Nicholas, chances are it's me. And my last hobby is riding a bicycle. It's my favorite way to work out. Anyway, next, games. Now, my Twitch is going to be mainly focused on playing my personal favorite video games for you all. Now, I consider games to be their own stories, so they also count in my library. I am pretty much a fan of everything that is in the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64 era, all the way to the PlayStation 2 GameCube era, with my favorite genres being platformers, collectathons, like Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and like I said before, I love JRPGs. Ladiesman 217281 is now following you. Thank you so much for the follow, Ladiesman. Are you Ladiesman 217? Are you username Ladiesman 217? Extra kudos to whoever gets that reference. Ooh, Nintendo 64 collection platformers. Have you played Rocket Robot on Wheels? I have not personally played that, but I actually know of it. So if that is something you would like for me to play, I would be most happy to do so. And yes, ladies, man, it is Transformers. Oh, and as I said before, I also love JRPGs. So Final Fantasy, Tales of... I am currently playing something called Octopath Traveler. There's actually a scholar character in it. He's very similar to me. I love him quite much. Codename Panzer's Phase 1 and 2 are cool. Graphics look like that era somewhat. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look those up sometime. Anyway, moving on. Anime. Now, I have noticed that other people with their debuts like to list their favorite anime, so here are some of mine. I grew up with Digimon, and honestly, I just love the themes of friendship and camaraderie in Digimon more than the other one, Pokemon. I love Spy Family. I am a huge avid fan of just that whole family dynamic between Lloyd, Yor, and Anya. Got to see another isekai, enjoy it. Yes, I know there's so much isekai in the anime industry right now, and the manga industry as well, but there's just something that I just cannot hate about it. I love the escapism, and I just love those types of fantasy worlds. Speaking of isekai, one of my favorites is Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, and I just love how it's a parody of all that. And lastly, oh yes, Isekai Gang it is. If you like Spy Family, there's another series similar to it called Mission Yozukura Family. It's getting an anime next year. Oh, I shall be on the lookout for that indeed. Yes, Gentle Fox, Kono! And lastly, a bit of an outlier, but I actually do have a soft spot for anything cyberpunk. It's not fantasy, but for some reason I just love cyberpunk stuff. And I caught Edge Runners on Netflix, and it's quite possible it was, at the time, the most amazing anime I've ever watched. And I'm glad that it lasted as long as it did. They didn't extend its welcome with more seasons. Like, it was a perfect, well-contained story. Anywho, moving on. I understand those references, trust me, bro. I will indeed trust you, other bro. Anyway, moving on. Ah, yes, my favorite books. So, as I've said, I am an avid lover of fantasy and adventure stories. My top favorite book series of all time is The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. So that would be Aragon, Eldest, Brisinger, Inheritance, The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm. And I'm also excited for the new book coming out in November, Murtagh. Trust me, I am vibrating with excitement for that one. I am also a massive fan of a franchise called The Kingkiller Chronicles. Now, this is a franchise that I cannot recommend enough. You'd love Memories of Idhun. It's a book series. I shall add that to my list, Gentle Fox. Thank you so much. But yes, The Kingkiller Chronicles. It's another book series that I wholeheartedly enjoy. I'm sure you'll love it. The first book is called The Name of the Wind, and it's about a traveling bard named Kavoth who's just honestly trying to survive in the world. All my book knowledge comes from light novels. I should read more. Now, there's nothing wrong with light novels, not in the slightest. I actually own a few myself. Mostly it is Konosuba and this other isekai franchise called Overlord. But I am wanting to get more into my collection. Let me see. Iselis light novel and Joyle confirmed. Indeed. The next franchise I liked is the Dark Prophet Saga. Now, this one is actually a parody of fantasy books. Let's see. The first one is called Orconomics, like a play on economics and orc. Basically, it's your typical fantasy world, but if it had in a United States economy style like world, it's meant to be a parody of all that. Now, I can't say that I'm a lover of fantasy without saying that I also love Lord of the Rings. Who doesn't love Lord of the Rings? Oh, I love Overlord. My favorites are the Toru series and Re:Zero. Oh, I know Re:Zero. I watched the anime version of that, but I would like to read the light novel version of that. Heard good things about Overlord. Oh, I love Overlord. Read 2 books in the last 3 years. Should probably read more. The Tsukihime light novels for me. Oh, I shall take all of your recommendations into consideration. Once I finish The Hobbit, I'll get to start reading Lord of the Rings. Good luck. That is quite the commitment. And lastly, again, another outlier from the whole fantasy genre is before I was a lover of fantasy, I was a lover of this one author named Michael Crichton, and I am an avid lover of the original books of Jurassic Park and The Lost World. Yet, because as much as I do love those movies and how they're basically adventure action movies, I just love how the stories are basically just straight up horror. And it's the type of horror that I can actually, stomach. Just watch the movie. Oh, we will not have that in this house. Anywho, moving on. So, books. Favorite movies, Lord of the Rings, kind of self-explanatory right there. One of my favorite movies is something called Real Steel, about a bunch of boxing robots. By the way, fun fact, did you all know that Real Steel was actually based off of an episode of The Twilight Zone from way back when? Now, a bit of a strange choice, but this is not a guilty pleasure at all. I will gladly admit this. One of my all-time favorite movies is Speed Racer. And I am talking about the live-action one with Emile Hirsch, John Goodman. I truly do love it, and I love how cartoony it looked. I feel like it actually got the spirit of the anime version down correctly. Honestly, the only reason why that movie failed was because it came out literally a week before the first Iron Man, when they started the MCU. And lastly, my favorite movie of all time is Summer Wars. It's the only animated movie on this list, an actual anime movie. It's done by Studio Chizu, they recently came out with a new movie a couple years ago called Belle. Anywho, moving on. Not the MCU, rest in peace. I've seen 3 of those 4, all but Racer. I cannot recommend Speed Racer enough. If you love colorful romps, it is the right one for you. Music. Now, one of my top favorite musics is lo-fi hip-hop and new age. For those of you who don't know, new age music is basically what they play in like the shampoo rooms of very nice hair salons. It's like waterfalls, hot music. Basically, the background music you're hearing right now is new age. Yes, Enya. Enya is definitely new age music. But the main reason why I love lo-fi hip-hop and new age is because many, many years ago, I used to suffer from very horrible anxiety, and like almost crippling so. But it was around that time that I learned that I was very audio receptive, so listening to music triggers a much more heightened emotional response inside of me. And when I discovered lo-fi hip-hop, it like rewired me completely, and I got to feel, I wouldn't say it did not calm me down, but it evened me out, and it allowed me to basically function again. My internet just decided to die, so you shouldn't watch the movie or he will kill your Wi-Fi. Oh dear God. Anywho, lo-fi hip-hop, new age, and my favorite actual band is Crush 40. They're more of a guilty pleasure. For those of you who don't know, Crush 40 does all of the butt rock for the Sonic the Hedgehog games. I don't know why, I just love listening to that. Anywho, moving on. Now we get into the nitty-gritty. Yes, Sonic Band, let's go. Now, as I said before, I will be mostly playing video games on my streams in the future. Currently, I am playing the first game that is on top of this list, Final Fantasy X. As to when I will be playing that again, I'm not exactly certain. Unfortunately, my schedule is a little hectic right now, so I don't exactly have the means to make an actual confirmed schedule yet, so I do apologize for that. Did I hear gritty? I'm not sure I said gritty. Love Prince of Persia. Can't wait for that in Okami. Yes! Prince of Persia, The Sands of Times, as well as the whole game franchise, are among my favorites. And it's such a nice, linear, single-player game with a very good story. And Okami as well. So very beautiful. I also plan to play some more relaxing games, such as Grow Up and Grow Home. But then I also like to play some horror games for you all as well, hence why I also have Little Nightmares 1 and 2 on this list. Now that being said, as you can see, I have many more planned, but these are the only ones that I'm going to reveal right now. Next, the other thing that I plan to do on my streams. Oh, you said nitty gritty, but gritty sounds the same as gritty, so gritty. Oh, I understand. I apologize. I didn't even notice myself saying that. Anywho, I don't just plan to play video games on my streams, I also plan to have actual story time during my streams, where you can all gather and I will actually do live readings of some of my favorite books for you all. For example, some of the books that I plan to read are the Steampunk Chronicles by Katie Cross. That's actually going to be the very first series that I will read for you all. Each book is very quick, actually. Storytime sounds fun. That'll be fun. I'm glad that you think that it's fun, Celis Albright. I plan to read the Dark Prophet Saga, again, Economics. Neil Gaiman's Stardust. It is another example of the book is quite better than the movie, though I actually do love the movie of Stardust. I actually plan to read the book version of Howl's Moving Castle. I am actually a lover of Hayao Miyazaki Studio Ghibli movies, with Howl's Moving Castle being a close second beneath Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is my all-time favorite Studio Ghibli movie. I also plan to read Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park and The Lost World for you all as well. And again, this is just the list that I plan to confirm for you all. There will be many more to come, because I plan to keep doing this for quite a long time. Moving on. Yes, bro, Mononoke is a gem. Ghibli films are so good. I'm glad you all think so. Now, moving on to the goals that I wish to complete on Twitch here. First off, I wish to become a Twitch affiliate. Now, that is going to be quite a ways off. I still don't have that many followers. But I do plan to just keep streaming, keep interacting with you all both here and on Twitter. And these are very short-term goals. I like to take baby steps towards what I aim for. So I'm not looking for partner yet. I'm just looking for affiliate. One of the other things that I wish to do, bet puppies, time to get him affiliate. Oh dear. Oh my. You got 45 followers. You are really close. I do? I have 45? I mean, I know I got some followers with this stream, but when did I get that high? Oh my. Oh my indeed. Anyway, moving on. Possibly upgrade my avatar. Now, later in this stream, I'll actually explain who did my artwork and my rigging. But in the far future, I hope to get an updated design of Eric Van Nicholas while still keeping to the same overall aesthetic and spirit. But I would like something that is a little bit more advanced, so to speak. 5 more, mehehe. Let's go 5 more. Wait, I only need 50 to be affiliate? I had forgotten. I thought I needed 100 this whole time. Oh my. Oh my indeed. And the last goal I have is to possibly get some more artwork and assets. So in the near future, once I've actually raised some funds, I do plan to commission artists to do artwork of Eric Van Nicholas. Maybe get some artists to draw some more stream assets like emojis and whatnot. We got 8 people in my Discord to affiliate in a month. You're the next one. Oh my. Miss Zara, I am quite touched. Yes, 50 and like 5 viewers on average for like a week, I believe. Oh, wow. It's 50 followers, 3 average viewers in stream 7 days and 30 days. Well, that might be a bit tricky because unfortunately due to my schedule, it's the 7 days and 30 days that might be a little tough to pull off, but not impossible. Anywho, those are my goals. Moving on. 500 minutes streamed. Now that one will be easy. Anyway, moving on. My tags. All right, now this mostly pertains to interacting with me on Twitter. So which Tales games we rocking? Well, currently at this time, the only one that I have currently played and beaten is Tales of Symphonia. I'm currently playing Tales of Vesperia right now. After that will be Zestiria, then Berseria, and then we will end it all with Tales of Arise. I'm not exactly certain if I'm going to be streaming those, but we will just have to see. No, it's get all of that in 30 days time frame, love. Oh dear, then that's going to be quite tricky. Complete all 4 and affiliate is yours. I shall keep that in mind. Anyway, my tags. Again, these are really things that only really apply to Twitter, but if you wish to involve me in your antics, these are the tags to get my attention. First off is EVN meme. By the way, to keep it simple for you all, it is really just my initials right next to whatever the tag is. So EVN meme. If you wish to tag me in any memes about me or my library that you think are quite humorous. After that is EVN art for any artwork that you would do of my character or of my library, or just of your character reading a book in my library. Basically, all are welcome. If anyone spices my spirit boy, I'm throwing hands. Well, now, let me touch on that, because I actually do have something separate when it comes to stuff like that. I do have a not safe for work tag, EVN spicy, for the not safe for work stuff, and that encompasses both memes and art. Now, this is something that I will go into better detail in a later slide of my debut here, but I am not against not safe for work stuff. You got an OnlyFans? No, I don't. I do not indeed. Trust me, if I had an OnlyFans, it would be very boring. It would just be me lounging around reading a book. But yes, only books. Only books. And it's just pictures of me reading books. I'd sub to the only books. Oh dear, maybe I should change the tag. For now, I'm keeping it EVN spicy, because it's a nice all-encompassing one. Make sure you have a setup on what you are and okay with not safe for work. I can send you a sheet to fill out. I did and got some very triggering artwork. Remind me, okay? Oh, yes, that is very good to know. Thank you so much. And Tenebrae Forever has followed. Thank you so much. Book picks, pizza indeed. Oh dear. Oh wow, we only have 4 more to go. Oh my, this is actually happening. Also yes, I would sub to only books. Anywho, I am terribly sorry. Oh, Tenebrae Unleashed VT and Tenebrae Forever. Oh, 2 separate ones. I'm sorry, I don't know. I misread that. Only books are like hard book without their dust covers. Oh my, without their dust covers, how scandalous. But yes, to summarize, EVN Spicy. I am not against Royland VT. Thank you so much for the follow. EVN Spicy. I am not against not safe for work content that is attached to me, but I do have some rules about that, which we will get into in a later slide. Yes, only 2 more to go. 1 more to go! Wing Vui is now following. Oh my lord, there are so many of you. I'm honestly quite delighted and touched that you're all here. But yes, like I said, EVN Spicy, I will go into greater detail about that in a later slide. Oh, speaking of that, here it is. Now then, to get into greater detail about not safe for work content that is attached to me. Again, I am not at all against not safe for work content. However, I do think that the most attractive aspect of that is consent. So, if you have any desire to draw artwork of me that is not safe for work, or for any kind of, or to attach any kind of memes that are not safe for work, or anything that is not safe for work at all I ask is that you ask me first. Chances are I will say yes, but that will only happen if you ask me first. Because again, consent is where it's all at. It's the biggest thing that matters here. So again, if you wish to show me something that is not safe for work, just warn me ahead of time and ask if it's okay. Again, by you asking, I will most likely say yes, but that's because you asked. Next up, just a gentle reminder. Wait, why? There we go. Sorry, I shifted in my seat for a moment. Again, if you wish to alert me to any not safe for work content that applies to me, I just ask that you use hashtag EVNSpicy. Again, that is just my initials with spicy after it. And again, just ask me first before you post that stuff. And again, I am not a lewd tuber. All of my streams are going to be PG at most. The only things that might not be PG are the actual content that I will indulge in. So maybe video games that are on the slightly more horror, gory side, or some books that are similar genres. Can I make a 10-hour-long animation porno? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. But yes, I'm not a lewd tuber, so I'm not going to do any of that stuff myself, but I am fine with lewd content. Again, just ask me first. Now, that's really comes to the stuff when it comes to showing me something like artwork or memes or anything in between. Now, that being said, though, if you wish to have any kind of interactions with me that are possibly not safe for work, just some pointers to know. I tweet and stream in character as Eric Van Nicholas, and this is the one part where I will break character. I am not Eric. Eric is a character that I play, but I will always try to be as in character as possible when tweeting and streaming. Okay, back into character. Eric, I always like to portray as kind and gentle, and he's always trying to be affectionate and warm for everyone who visits his library. However, he is not a flirt. He doesn't really flirt. He doesn't really do romance, mostly because he's a spirit of the library. Even if he did feel stuff like that, he wouldn't really be able to do anything about it. But then again, who knows? And again, a reminder, just ask first for any kind of not safe for work interaction. Anyway, moving on. Ah, yes, my credits. Now, I would like to give a massive shout out to Waffle Caramel, who is on Etsy. Now, Waffle Caramel was the one who did my artwork of my avatar. They did the rigging for my avatar. They basically did everything. You did not answer if I could do the porno, brother. You'll just have to explain it a bit more in detail. Oh dear, my apologies. Excuse me, I'm just gonna get some water. Ah, there we are. Oh, that feels much better. You did not answer if I could do the porno, brother. You'll just have to explain what you have planned first. Like in a bit more detail. But yes, Waffle Caramel on Etsy. They did the art, they did the rigging. When I said they did everything, I am not exaggerating in the slightest. If there were more people involved, I would certainly credit them as well, but Waffle Caramel literally did all the work. And if you're ever in the market for their services, again, they are on Etsy. I cannot recommend them enough. Without them, I would not be here today. Let's get in a call after this and I'll explain everything in great detail. Should only take 15 hours. Oh my! May I personally ask how much it was? My avatar was a little over $300. So I got what I paid for, and what I got, I loved. Now that being said though, they do have other services for modifications such as different outfits, different poses. I actually do plan to, in the future, get 2 more alternate poses for Eric Van Nicholas here. One where he is holding a game controller, and one where he is holding a book. Obviously, one for playing video games, and the one for story time. I'm taking that name down. That is not bad at all. 300, that is a lot cheaper than what I have gotten offered. One must be him holding a book. Yes, exactly. I plan to do that when I am doing story time in the future. And then my standard model here will just be for casual chatting hangout streams in my library. Anyway, moving... Wait, really? All of you say that 300 is not that bad. The Waffle team also does profile artwork. I got my avatars and my banners from them. Yes, everyone, Elleraine Peridot is a very good personal friend of mine. I would definitely listen to her because she actually was the one who introduced me to Waffle Caramel. A lot of people charge like 500. Yo, I've been quoted 1,300. Yes, Waffle Caramel only charged... Well, again, it's not exactly 300. I think for me it was like 336, I think. I'm not exactly certain. It was a while ago. But, yes, that's all I paid for. Yeah, 5,000 for rigging alone. Nope, that is not necessary in the slightest. So if any of you are in need of a functional, well-drawn avatar with rigging, I would definitely look up Waffle Caramel. They did very good by me and by Elrain Peridot. I cannot recommend them enough. Anywho, moving on. Coming soon. Now, hell, you paid what I'm paying for a reference sheet. Bet say less. Yes, I cannot recommend Waffle Caramel enough. Anywho, coming soon. Now, as some of you may have noticed, I am still a very new VTuber in this community. So there are some things that I just simply don't have yet. Is 300 art and rigging? Well, again, for me, it was more like 330 something, but yes, they did both the art and the rigging itself, and it only took them about, like, just around a month for me to get the finished avatar. I plan to get badges, my own custom emojis, for Twitch streams, hopefully sometime in the near future, because I would like to definitely customize an experience in the library for you all. A single month? Nice. Yes, it was really that short of a time. You about to have this person flooded in comms. I'm about to give them so much business. And as I said before, I also do plan to commission artists to do artwork of Eric Van Nicholas, as well as some actual more stream and Twitter assets as well. DM me their details on Discord, please. I'm gonna talk to him. Oh dear. Waffle Caramel's about to get flooded. But yes, I do plan to commission artists, though if someone wishes to just impromptu draw artwork of myself, I will not be opposed to that in the slightest. Same thing with stream and Twitter assets. I plan to acquire those in the near future as well. I wish to have all of that stuff. Probably just earned them 1,200. Oh my. Alright, moving on. We're actually almost done. My socials! Yes. Now, here is where you can get everything for me. Now, as a lot of you may know, my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Eric Van Nicholas. Again, it is just my name. In fact, you're all watching me there right now. Already got the pen out. You still have the tag? Bruh. I'm sorry, Devion, what tag do you mean? I had a few tags. I'm actually gonna wait for you to answer, because I feel like I missed something here. Oh, Discord tag. Well, my Discord name is right there. Eric Van Nicholas, #1609. That's literally just the name that I copied from Discord. That's what they gave me. But yes, twitch.tv/Eric Van Nicholas for all my live streams. I do have a YouTube channel at Eric Van Nicholas. Now, this is where I'm going to be basically making an archive of specifically my video game streams. I am not going to post my book reading streams, because I feel like that might actually be copyright with ebooks. I would love to make you a card with all this, so get it all set up. If you allow, we can talk more, 100% free, don't worry. Aw, Zara Kaya, I'm so touched by that. I will message you sometime later today about that. I think they're referencing to the whole thing with Discord forcing everyone to change their names. A lot of people don't have the hashtag anymore. So unfortunately, I created my Discord account after that change was already implemented. So I do apologize, but I don't think I ever had one to begin with. In Discord, I just clicked on my username in the lower left, and this is what it copied, and I pasted down. So I'm not sure if there's anything else that I would be able to offer in terms of Discord. But, like I said, I am active on my Discord, especially for DMs. And like I said, I am still in the process of creating an actual library server. It is still under construction, but it should be ready within the next couple days, and then I will post a server invite link on Twitter in the coming days, so be on the lookout for that. Yes, a library Discord. If you go to change your username, it will say to change it, and you will get the new one. Interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the only one that I've ever had. Anywho, but if you have any more questions after the debut, you are more welcome to direct message me on Twitter, and we can try to figure this out. Some husband don't have that option yet, but I did. Yeah, I have a feeling that I don't have that option because, again, my Discord account is very new. Anywho, moving on, we are almost done. In fact, this is the last slide, and it is right here that I would like to give a very, very special shout out to Miss Elleraine Peridot. She was the one who introduced me to Waffle Caramel. She was the one who got me into being a VTuber. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here right now. I would not have been able to meet all of you wonderful, wonderful people. And for that, if you're all going to follow me, both on Twitter and Twitch, I could not recommend her enough that you all follow her as well. She is an absolutely wonderful person, and without her, there would be no Eric Van Nicholas, there would be no Librarian. So, a very special shout out to Miss Elleraine Peridot. She also does video game streams like myself, but she also does her own storytime streams and ASMR streams. She's quite the talented one, she is. Yeah, Ella the Goat, she is an absolute Chad. But yes, if you all follow me, I highly recommend that you follow her. And with that, that's all I have for you all. I am most grateful that you all were able to make it to my debut. This is... I must say, I am very happy that you were all able to make it here. I've never had such an active chat before in any of my streams. With that, we as done. Woo. Guys, thank you so much for attending my debut and for just being active and awesome in the chat and for getting me so many new followers and even some donations as well. That was honestly not expected at all. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for the great debut. Easy clap. Oh, you guys are so wonderful. Now, before I stop the stream, I am going to give some very special shout outs here because I would like to personally thank everyone who is new. So if you'll give me just a moment, let's see. We're going to start with all the new followers that happened today. I would like to give a shout out for Sun Naruto 5 for the follow. I would like to give a shout out to Celis Albright for the follow, for Nightshade Abyss for following, Crimson for the following, Celis Albright for tipping $5. Congratulations to debut. That was a great story. Take a gift to begin with. Good luck. Oh, I never saw the message before. Celis Albright, thank you so much. You are so kind. Debut is awesome. You got this, Eric. Just one more before stream end. You can call me Crimmy, by the way. Oh, thank you so much, Crimmy. Of course, happy to support. RTP, aka BRADG412, thank you for the follow. Kusho Tokage, thank you for the follow. Devion, thank you so much for tipping the $10. Sup, that was very calming so far. I'm so happy that you found it calming. That's the same vibe that I wish to have once I start my storytime streams in the near future. Link Rules, thank you for the follow. Grey Cloud for the follow. Gentle Fox Friend for the follow. QT Strife for the follow. Ladiesman217281 for the follow. Tenebrae Unleashed VT for following. Tenebrae Forever for the following. Royalin VT for following. And lastly, Wing Vui has followed. Thank you so much for the following and the donations. And while this is definitely the end of my stream, I don't want it to be the end of the fun. Actually, if you'll give me just a moment, I'm going to go back to a... Come on, where is it? Wait 1 second. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. At least not for another... There we are. All right, give me just a moment. I'm just going to put myself right there. Wait, what happened? $5 again? Shush and take my money. Great debut. Oh my lord, all of you. Full reveal. Actually, hold on. I will do a full reveal. Give me just a moment. This is what I look like. Just a humble librarian. When I specifically asked for a design, I wanted something that looked high class, but wasn't too flashy. Again, I am just a humble librarian. Wait, we reached 50? We reached 50? Hold on, zooming in again. All right, there we are. Screenshotted, put on FBI's watch list. Oh no! Oh dear, the followers keep coming. Hold on. How do I pronounce that? Oisis Dagon has followed. Thank you so much for the following. My word. We've actually hit 50. This is wonderful. Wait a minute. Oh dear, it's still set to 40. I had that during one of my past Hangout streams, and I don't think I took it down, but I guess it hasn't registered. Not a problem. Anywho, the spirit is getting a hug from this guardian right here, with consent. Oh, you are absolutely more than welcome for an embrace, and I would be more than happy to embrace you back. Another thing that I would like to say for you all, one of the biggest desires that I want to do for all of my future streams is that I want my streams, my library, and interactions with me to be an actual sanctuary for everyone. I mean, I know the whole concept of safe spaces can get, like, ridiculed by certain people, but I truly do wish for my library to be a safe space for everyone. And no matter who they are or where they come from, I just like interacting with people. I like reading stories. I like playing games with people. And I want people to feel actually not just like they're having fun when interacting with me. I actually want them to feel safe. That's really all I want. Anywho, guys, one and all, thank you so much for attending my debut. This has been a wonderful, wonderful... JF Cunning 0111 is now following. Oh my lord. The followers just do not stop. Own Paladin Archives, you are most welcome indeed. 51, we have breached 50. Oh my lord, it has actually happened. D&D Dad. Oh, for those of you who don't know, the Hemington right there in the chat, she is one of my players in one of the D&D games that I am the dungeon master of. We were devious today. Nice, nice, very well done. Thank you all so much. Well, I don't want to hold you off from other things you all have to do later today. So with that, oh, there we go. This turned amazing. See, told you so. Thank you so much, Sarah Kea. And with that, I think we can officially call this a stream and a debut. I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending my stream. And even though this is the end of the stream, this is not the end of the fun. Because while I may not be streaming, I am very, very active on Twitter. And I am also going to be actively working on my personal Discord library server. It will be a place for interactions, sharing of memes, and roleplay as well. And with that, I will see you all later on Twitter. As to when my next stream will be, I'm not quite certain yet. But I do know that whenever the next stream will be, it will be more playing of Final Fantasy X. But that being said, I do plan to start up my Storytime stream soon. And with that, I bid you all farewell. Thank you all for coming. And I do hope to see you again in my library soon. I will do my best to be there. I'm looking forward to seeing much more from you, and I want to hear your stories. Thank you. You are most welcome. And thank you all as well. And with that, farewell, Eric. Good luck. Welcome to the VTuber community. We're happy to have you. And with that, I bid you all farewell, ta-ta, and I will see you all later.